Have you ever accidentally found out that you were about to be fired? HR lady I was friendly with did me a solid. We were at the coffee maker and she was fuming about something, so I asked what was up. She looked at me, sighed, and said, "You might want to start looking for a new job. Your manager is not your friend." That's when I realized I wasn't being paranoid and my manager really was trying to push me out. I'd noticed weird signs before my boss stopped inviting me to meetings. He'd whisper with coworkers and they'd suddenly go quiet when I walked by. My access to certain files was revoked by accident when I got back to my desk after talking to HR. I had 3 emails from my manager asking for urgent updates on projects he'd never mentioned before classic setup that night. I updated my resume and applied to 5 jobs by Friday. I had 2 interviews lined up a week later. Just like HR warned, my manager called me into a conference room with HR. He had this fake sad look on his face. "Unfortunately, we have to let you go due to performance issues." I nodded calmly and said, "That's interesting, since I've never had a performance review." His face turned red. The HR lady was hiding a smile. She winked at me as I packed my desk. Coworkers looked confused, but I just smiled. I already had an offer letter in my email. The whole office later heard my manager yelling in his office. After I left 2 weeks later, I started at a better company with higher pay. The best part, 6 months later, that manager got fired for doing the same thing to 3 other employees.